found Katrina's letter yesterday. It was addressed to Williamton, Delaware. I've moved twice since then. It's funny how those crossed-off addresses and change of address stickers can look like accusations. After reading the letter, I found myself standing in the living room. I was getting ready to call Dad. He was an old man and had 2 heart attacks. I was going to tell him about Katrina's letter so soon. To do that might very well kill him, so I didn't call. I've been awake all night with Katrina's letter. There was only a single sentence below Dear Carrie, but a sentence can mean enough. It can do enough. I grew up 80 miles west of Omaha, in a town called Huntingford Home. My dad, my mom, my sister Katrina, and me. I was 2 years older than Katrina, and everyone called Kitty. She was a beautiful child and a beautiful woman, even at 8, the year of the incident in the barn. Nowadays, I'm one of the best independent corporation lawyers in America. So they tell me, and I have to admit for honesty's sake that they're right. I guess you could say we grew up Hicks. It was different in the earlier days. Katrina and I would go everywhere together. Take walks, play in the fields. In the summer we went barefoot. Later on, my mother died. We were in high school, and 2 years after that, my dad lost the place and went to work selling tractors. It was the end of the family, although that didn't seem so bad then. But Katrina, it's her I want to tell you about. It happened. The barn thing. One Saturday in early November. Dad had gone over to our nearest neighbor, that was 7 miles away, to help a man fix a hay rake. I remember that day very clearly. On a day like that, the only really nice place to be was in the barn. There's a ladder nailed to a crossbeam high up in the 3rd loft. We were forbidden to climb on it because it was old and shaky. Dad had promised Mom 1,000 times he'd pull it down and put up a stronger one, but something always seemed to come up. Our game was to climb up the ladder and balance across the beam and drop into the hay mound 70 feet below. It was a forbidden sport, but the temptation was just too great. When the cats are away, well, you know how that one goes. That day started like all others, a delicious feeling of dread mixed with anticipation. We stood at the foot of the ladder, looking at each other.
Whoa, look up there.
Dare you.
Dares go first. Okay. Be careful. I know, I will. Hi down there. Hi up there.
I tried to swallow myself, but the fear grabbed me the way it always did. My swan turned into a cannonball. I never believed the hay was there the way Kitty did. Before I knew it, it was 10 or 12 dives later.
Come on, we better go get cleaned up before Mom and Dad get home. Oh, one more turn, please. Fine. Hey, you go first. Oh, wow. The ladder's kind of shaky. That's okay. Oh, are you okay?
Carrie, am I alive?
Yeah, you're alive.
Sorry, love, but you broke your ankle. I'm surprised you didn't end up worse. You're a very lucky girl.
Hey, you put down hay.
Of course I did. What else was I supposed to do? After the ladder broke, there was no way I could get to you.
I didn't know what you were doing.
You didn't know what I was doing?
No.
And when I told you to just let go, you did? Kitty, how could you do that?
You're a big sister. I knew you'd take care of me.
Oh, Kitty, you don't know how close that was.
I knew you were down there. Doc says I'm getting a cast tomorrow. But, gee, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
We grew up. That's all I know. Other than the facts that don't mean anything. She went off and got married while I went off to law school. She got divorced and wrote me a letter, 10 pages or more, to tell me how it had been, how messy it had been. She asked me if I could come, but losing a week in law school just wouldn't be possible. She moved out to LA and got married again. There was another letter, a shorter one, more bitter.
Dear Carrie, times have been tough. I never want to get stuck on that merry-go-round. Marriage is more trouble than it's worth, for me at least. The only way you could catch the brass ring was to tumble off the horse. If that was what the price of a free ride was, who wanted it? P.S. Can you come, Carrie? It's been a while.
I wrote back and told her I'd love to come, but I couldn't. I landed a job in a high-pressure firm, low guy on the totem pole. All of the work and none of the credit. If I was going to make it to the next step, it would have to be that year. That was my long letter, and it was all but my career. I answered all of her letters, but I can never believe that it was really Kitty who was writing them. You know, no more than I can really believe that the hay was there, until it broke my fall at the bottom of the drop and saved my life. I couldn't believe that my sister and the beaten woman who signed Kitty in a circle at the bottom of her letters was really the same person. My sister was the girl with the pigtail. She was the one who stopped writing. I get Christmas cards, birthday cards, but then I moved and just forgot. I kept thinking, gee, I got to write Kitty and tell her that I moved, but I never did. I carry the LA Times clipping with me everywhere. I guess I'll always carry it. Not in the good way you carry photos of people that you want to remember, or theater tickets from a really good show. I carry that clipping the way you might carry something heavy, because carrying it is your work. The headline reads, "Call Girl, Swan Dives to Her Death." I move around so much now, it's funny how those crossed off addresses and change of address stickers can look like accusations. She printed her return address in the upper left corner of the envelope, the place she'd been staying until she jumped. A very nice apartment building on Van Nuys. My dad and I went there to pick up her things.
Dear Carrie, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and what I've decided is that it would have been better for me if that last rung had broken before you could put the hay down. Yours, Kitty.
Yes, I guess she must have gotten tired of waiting. I'd rather believe that than think of her deciding that I must have forgotten. I wouldn't want her to think that, because that one sentence is maybe the only thing that would have brought me on the run. But not even that's the reason sleep comes so hard now. When I close my eyes and start to drift off, I see her playing in the pasture, doing her morning chores, playing by the pond, dancing in the fields, and long days at the park. She was the one who always knew that the hay would be there.
Yes, you're let go! It's in the script! Let go, for God's sake! Look, Kitty. You're Kitty, you're Kitty, I'm Carrie. Jeez.
You know I don't like chickens, Carrie.
Ow, don't